So I have been taking this course with Bonnie Bainbridge Cohen, and she's the person who created Body Mind Centering. And the course is really on breathing. And she's working with cellular breathing, skin breathing, lung breathing, like the three different lobes of your lungs, and very fine detail from a somatic perspective and also from an anatomical perspective. So she's and following the science as well. So it's not like total woo, just whatever. It's quite grounded in materialism as well. Yay! A little bit mixture of the, oh, yes, just feel it, intuition, and oh, but these are the science parts and bits. So we got a little bit of both of those. And one of the things that I just think is fundamental with breath is for most people, we might be holding our breath and not really ever releasing it, or we might be there's a lot of things we could be doing with our breath, but one thing to think about on a regular basis is, do I need to take something in or do I need to let something go? Right? So that there's just this taking in, receiving, opening up, and then letting go, and the breath is going out, right? And a lot of times, I think, especially for like boomers, my mom's generation, a lot of times, especially women, really hold their breath. They're holding it all together. They're working it all together. They're holding it all in. So there's not a lot of exhale coming down to the ground and actually feeling the ground. And I find it with myself. And in the beginning of this class, in the actual Zoom room, we were talking about what people wanted to do in class today. And one of the requests is to work with our hands and wrists and carpal tunnel. And another one is to work with sort of stress held in the gut body or in the belly. So we are doing that today. And that's one reason why I'm talking about this, because I often find that I also am holding it in, or I'm kind of clenching in my guts, like just a little. And plus, I've had like a history of on and off with sort of IBS, very psychological, like, oh my God, I'm stressed out. I got to go to the bathroom, that type of thing. Nice little share for everybody. Everybody loves to know about poop. I don't know. I think it's funny also. So it's good if we can laugh at these things and not take it too seriously. But we're going to start with some breath work, and we will do a little lymph flush after that. But the breath work we're going to do is really about filling up. We're not going to do like a yang sort of masculine force it breath work. We're going to do a very yin, receive, let go, really tune into your body style breath work. And this breath work is pretty much from the work of Emily Conrad and Continuum. So what we're going to do is just inhale. I will stick it onto original sound. We're going to inhale through our nose and then exhale with a soft hiss. And imagine that it's just letting the steam out of the radiator, or letting the tension out of the body. Just easy, easy, easy. The exhale lasts as long as it lasts for you. You are doing your body. I am doing my body. They aren't the same. If they match up, that's cool. If they don't, no problem. So I'm going to inhale through my nose, land in my experience of being a human in my body, and then exhale with a hiss. Inhaling to all three lobes of my lungs, lower, middle, and high. So I'm not shoving my shoulders down. I'm letting my whole body grow slightly with the breath, and then kind of condensing back towards itself on the exhale. Inhaling through your nose, letting that inhale be very free. Exhale, offering your body the chance to let go of any extra tension, to relax. Sorry, I'm not gonna say inhale or exhale anymore, but when you inhale, try and do it through your nose, and when you exhale through your mouth with a soft hiss, and you're gonna invite in some micro movement into your spine. So we're not just sitting still, we are allowing the energy and the vitality of our body to slightly adjust, move, to come into this internal shaping flow, so that we're not clenching, but we're releasing, softening. We are becoming, each organ becoming a good neighbor with its fellow organs, right? So that our bodies are coming into this coherence through this breath. Just a couple more breaths like that. And you can tell your gut body that it's okay right now. You're safe enough to relax. You can let go. Sometimes when I'm having a lot of stuff going on, just putting my hands on parts, particularly putting my hands on my spleen, which on my body is, oh my God, it's so hard, is right here. So this is my left side. Right side here, liver, spleen. And sometimes for me, for some reason, I feel like that area, if I hold that, it's like, oh, it's okay. It's okay, little spleen. It's okay. You can relax. And that tends to help me when I'm having gut body issues. So feel free to put your hands on. As you put your hands on, if you put your hands on, do not judge your body from the external, oh, there's something wrong with it way. Be in the experience. Oh, I feel touch on myself. I feel my hands on my body. I feel my body under my hands. Kind and gentle with yourself. Couple more breaths. Inviting the internal flow of your fluids, your breath, the movement of your cells and your fascia, just to have some spaciousness and some freedom. Coming into a slower regulation in our body, down regulating slightly. Alrighty, so you could spend a whole day doing that practice. You could spend 20 minutes, 5 minutes, just bringing it in where you get a chance to drop into your experience of being a person in your body, the experience of it, not the thoughts, not the pictures, not the projections, not the images, but the felt sense. Rubbing your hands together. Embodiment. Finding the flows in your body and tuning into them. Right hand to the left clavicle, just gently massaging above and below the clavicle. So we're inviting the subclavian vein, the vein that's returning the lymph back into the blood flow to receive that lymph flow. Same thing on the other side. Very gentle, mobilizing the tissue, mobilizing the fluids, mobilizing the fascia. And then I'm just going to do a little bit around the back of my shoulders and neck because they feel tight. I'm just going to move back there before I get up to my jaw. There's no that isn't a one of the main pathways of the lymph back here, but if you're holding a lot of tension there, it's going to be blocking stuff in the front. So soft, easy, gentle in your body. And also we're prepping up here to release down here, right? This is one connected system. So a little bit more on the shoulders so that then and as we're doing that, feel into your hands. Think of your hands also receiving the energy of your body. So it's not just my hands are doing something to me, it's my hands are receiving. There's a two-way relationship going on here. Coming up to the angle of the jaw, right? So this inhale, exhale is also very much about giving and receiving. Oh, I am open. I am receptive to take in nourishment. I am also capable of expelling waste, right? In whatever way. Like even breathing is detoxifying your body, the exhale. All right, around the angle of the jaw, lymph flush. You can come right under, get all that lymph under your teeth, under your jawline. And let's just do a pull down on each side. Pull down, pull down, pull down. And then come into your face. So I'm just going to kind of hit that spot next to my nose and under my cheekbone with the flat of my finger, squishing it all around. So both me and Anthony have been like feeling, I think there's an intense ragweed going on right now, a second bloom of ragweed. And both of us have been like, are we getting sick? What's going on? Like for like some part of the day being really sneezy and stuffy, and then feeling like, oh no, I'm totally fine. So as I have said before, often in the autumn, I need more rest. And just pay attention to the rhythms of your own body in relationship to the seasons and in relationship to what's going on outside in nature. All right, shake that out. Let's rub our hands together again, getting some energy in there, feeling some heat maybe, some friction, some fire. And then 10 little dragons running through the forest, mobilizing every hair follicle, mobilizing your scalp over your cranium. Oh, look, I dyed my wig. I did my roots. How exciting. I will say that like looking at my roots and seeing like all the sort of silver gray, kind of like that color too. I know somebody who is a dancer here who's got a lot of gray and like I think she had pretty dark hair, but she's got a lot of gray and dark hair and she's put these like highlights of pinks and reds in there. It looks amazing. It's interesting how gray hair has become fashionable, especially in younger people. Maybe it's not anymore, but it's funny how like things shift and change. Our perceptions of what we think is good and bad are shifting and changing all the time. They are just perceptions. I was just thinking about my spleen, wondering if it's okay, and try to gently massage it. I feel like with with your spleen, what I do is I gently massage it because sometimes I feel like it gets a little stuck, particularly if I feel like in my life I am taking a lot of responsibility for other people, this can get really gnarly. I'm not saying we shouldn't take care of other people. We definitely have to. We are interrelated people, but sometimes we do it at the expense of our own body mind. So yeah, gentle massage on your spleen and around your spleen can be helpful. But really, we're not trying to dig in and poke holes in it. We just want to give it some movement. Yes, I get it. All right, shake it out. We're coming back into the K27 points. Gentle circles just below your collarbones. Ooh, I'm going to do it with two hands today. There isn't one way to do things, right? Oh, just circle it like this one way. No, sometimes let's try something different. Ah, K27. This is a call home to yourself, bringing your energy back into you so that your energy isn't trailing off trying to solve all the problems over there, but it's right here, present with you. And then the thymus thump with a little gentle Tarzan. There is a whole bunch of like organ massage that people do, visceral massage, visceral manipulation. And also like, what's his face? Dr. Perry Nicholson of Stop Chasing Pain has a lot of organ movement that he does too, that he offers as ways of dealing with stuff. All right, let's come back to the lymph flush, right hand to your left armpit pec. We're going to do a little bit of stuff right in that right in that line under the ribs. It's a stroke that I learned when I was studying Bindegewebsmassage, which is connective tissue massage in the 90s, and connective tissue is fascia. Let's take it to the other side, or most connective tissue is fascia. All of the stuff in our body is different, densities of fluid and fiber. Fluid, fiber, and we could say fat as part of the fluid. Sometimes it's more solid, sometimes it's more fluid. And it's not a bad thing. There's a lot of fat in our body that we need that is very healthy for us. Fat has got a bad rap. All right, we are going to do the place this. I'm just going to pull up my shirt, show you the bottom of my ribs, and I'm going to take my fingers right here in the middle, and I'm just going to gently pull in along, I'll show you on one side because my shirt's coming down. You can see the pressure I'm putting in there, in along my ribs. I'm going to do this 3 times on each side. Oh, and now I'm giving everyone the thumbs up. Thank you, Zoom, for reading. Thumbs up, yes. Yeah, so giving it a gentle pull along. One side's your liver, the other side's your spleen. I'm going to stand up to do this, and I can do both hands at the same time. Gentle pull. If you have long fingernails, do not scratch yourself. You want to be pulling kind of with the tips of your fingers, the tips of your fingers, in your Pringles, the tips of your fingers, just gently moving in there. Yeah, I can feel that I have a little bit of on that spleen side. There's definitely some stuff. So yeah, one of my issues is in tarot, it's the 10 of Wands, also known as oppression. And what that means is like there's a big pile of sticks. You pick it up and decide that you're going to carry the pile of sticks for everyone. So that's one of my specialties. You may do it too. Shake it out, shake it out, shake it out. Although I feel like I'm getting a lot better at it. And if I slow down, if I listen in, if I say no when I need to say no, or, it's also life. We're never going to be perfect. Let's do Sister and Kylie. Let's do it. Let's do a little more active breath. So big sniff, puff and puff. And let's add the arms just up and down. We'll do 12. Shake it out, let it go. So that's that deep lymph node, deep, profound in our body, but under our diaphragm, it is doing a lot of work, mobilizing lymph through our bodies. Coming into inguinal fold, inguinal fold between your legs and your pelvis, just getting in there. Super important that we get movement in our pelvis so that we're not stagnating down there. Right? We do not want stagnation around our reproductive organs or our butt, our vagina, our penis if we have one. I just had to say those words. No, we just want to make sure that this has flow, right? That's why it is actually healthy to have some kind of action going on in your life. It might just be this. So let's just have a quick shake of our butts, bounce and shake it out. If you can get some Tina Turner energy going there, have a proud Mary moment. Shake, 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 right? Getting all of that movement in your tissue. And then you can slow it down and just hips from side to side, maybe a little front back. Get your groove on, right? There are so many reasons that dancing is healthy for us. And there's so many types of dancing, right? There are really specific ones where we're not moving our pelvis that much. We're moving everything out of our pelvis a lot. And then there's ones where we're really moving our pelvis, right? Shaking it up. Latin dance, samba, most African dance. You are moving this area. All right, shake that out. Let's come behind the angle, the eye of the knee. Our bodies love a diversity of movement, diversity of relationships to diversity in our relationships to gravity, so that we're not always just standing up, side lying, both sides, very important to also do some of the time. So let's take it down and sit in a cross-legged position. Yeah, so I'm not quite sure why, but Bonnie Bainbridge Cohen, in the course that I'm taking on the breath and the diaphragms and cellular breathing, all that stuff, the membranes and the diaphragms, says it's very important to lay on your side for 10 to 20 minutes, lay on each side every day. And I think, and I haven't heard the whole reasoning behind it, but part of it is when we do that, where the tissue is required to receive fluid in a certain way, right? The fascia is required to hold things. Let's circle around, circling your rib cage over your pelvis. So it gives us a diverse relationship to gravity. And we're also getting compression on the parts of our body, floor, right? Or, and I mean, she doesn't say lie on the floor, but I'm assuming that lying on a harder surface is probably better. Change direction. However, if you're very bony, if it's very painful to be on a harder surface, use as much padding as you need. Good. And let's do our side stretch from the inside to the outside, letting our head go off vertical, making this C curve side to side. It's officially fall. It is officially autumn. The leaves are changing. It's going down to like the low 40s at night. Let's circle the whole way around. That's the here in the northern hemisphere. Side stretch, circle around. If you are somewhere else in another part of the world and you have made it this far in the video, tell me where you are. Ah, good. And let's change legs. Let's do it in the lean back, stretch it out, cross it the other way. And we're going to circle again. Just take your time with the circles. We're not going to do everything on both sides. We're going to do some of it. Change direction. So as we're doing this, again, we're mobilizing our spleen, we are mobilizing our organs, and I am simply remembering at this moment that I said we would also do our wrists and hands. So we're going to do a bunch of different things with those in a minute. Let's come in and let's take it to the side. You're going to look down towards the floor, open it up, look down towards the floor, palm towards the floor. Look straight forward, look straight forward. Look up into the top hand. Look up into the top hand. Good. That's all we're going to do there. Let's do a quick spiral in one direction. Ooh, nice little cracks. Quick spiral in the other direction. And let's get into these hands for a second. So what we're going to start with is imagining that you're putting on a glove and it's like you're pulling your hand through and the glove is tight. The glove is your other hand. You're just pulling through. Make sure that you do it so that the pull is on the bottom and the top side, that you get this pull. So you're pulling the tissue through. This hand is being born through your other hand. And after you've done that a few times in that direction, you're going to pull the other way, pulling down the other way. And then we're going to do the other hand. So pulling through, we're going to do a bunch of different things here. Pulling your hand through, putting on the tight glove, being born. Your hand is getting born. I was not born. I mean, I was born, but I wasn't, I was a C-section baby. I was 12 days late, did not want to come out. And then pull it the other direction. So we're moving all that tissue and fluid as we squish and squeeze. Then we're going to do a different one. So shake it out, shake it out, shake it out. You're going to take one hand and you're going to turn the other hand in and out. So we have two bones, the radius and the ulna here. When my hands are open, they're like that. And when I turn over, you can see this bone crossing over, it crosses over, right? So that's what's happening. So what we're doing is turning those around each other, and we're opening and closing the pickle jar with the other hand. And I didn't even make up the opening, closing the pickle jar. That is a pole dancing reference. And then bring it back the other way. When you get to your hand, give yourself a little massage inside the middle of your hand with your thumb. And then we do the shake that out, come onto the other hand, and the same thing. Opening and closing the pickle jar, spiraling in and out with your hand. Especially since we spend so much time on screens, on keyboards, texting, typing. And not so much time really using our hands like chopping wood, most people, carrying water, doing hard labor, doing things that like really require strength, or even playing instruments, which require more refinement in our hands. A lot of us have kind of, or people just play video games, right? This great hand-eye coordination, but in a very minimal amount of movement. Yeah, go back and forth with that. So we just want to wake up that tissue and get some mobility, bring it down, give yourself the thumb, thumb in your hand. Shake it all out. Shake it out. All right, we are going to take it onto our hands and elbows and knees. In this position, we are going to do the same thing. You're going to rotate your hands open, rotate your hands closed, pushing your weight into your arms. So you're creating some resistance using the floor, pushing with your arms. So this is great for our bones too. Like we're giving it some information, like get strong because I'm pushing on you and I'm moving you in these different ways. Okay, you're gonna open it so your palms are to the ceiling. Curl your fingers in, make a fist, uncurl and flip it over, and then peel it up, down, roll it over, curl it in, out, flip, lift, lower, flip, curl it in, lower down, flip, stop in the name of love, lower, flip, curl it in, lower down, up. A couple more times, massaging through your arms, pushing your weight into your arms. Last one. So it may be that you're like, whoa, I'm really feeling this. Or it may be like, oh, I've done this is so boring. Whatever's going on for you, try to let each one be fresh. Each movement is a fresh movement. It's not like, oh, I've done this 1,000 times. Now I really know it. It's like we want to arrive without our uh, predictive processing mind holding everything in as if we know everything, but we're arriving fresh in the moment by really feeling what's going on and how it might be different from side to side. So from that, with that idea, we're going to take it onto our backs. Onto your back, feet on the floor, knees bent, and oh, I'm covering over my earbuds. Ah, it feels good just to lay here for a second. Let's just roll from side to side for a minute. Rolling from side to side, letting your skull weight drop into the floor, letting your bone weight drop into the floor. Imagining the earthy element of your body, the bones and the fibers. Really, it's the whole materiality of your body. But imagine that this earthiness is connecting to the earth below it, letting go. There's nothing to do, just gentle roll, soften, and melt. Letting the front body drop towards the back body, getting a little moment of side time as we roll from side to side, relaxing neck, shoulders, and head, unblocking whatever might be blocked as much as we possibly can in a gentle, friendly manner. Ah, you can add a ha sound or a hmm. Oh, I should turn this thing back. Okay. And then we are going to change it. You're going to press your pelvis up. Just press up and lower down. Trying to stay really present. We're just going to go up and down a few times, but feeling into your body. Feeling is anything different each time. What's happening now? What are your feet doing? What does your back of your body feel like? What are your hamstrings, your glutes, your upper back? What does everything feel like? What does your front body feel like? So try not to lock into, I know what this feels like. It feels like this. Try to really feel it freshly. Our capacity to feel things, like we can't feel everything all the time. We're only feeling some of the stuff. We're only taking in some of the information. So see if you could just really be fresh with the information coming in. What does it feel like now? What's different? And it doesn't have to be a huge list, and you don't have to write it down or remember it. You're just touching into sensation. What's going on in your body as you move? Let's add the arms to it. So you're going to inhale, arms float up, press it up. Oh, that's different. Exhale, bring it back down. Imagine that each time is the first time. Or you could also imagine that each time is the most expert time ever. And let's leave our hands down. Press your pelvis up. Interlace your hands behind your back if possible. Walk your shoulders closer together. You're going to inhale, roll to the outer edge of your foot. Exhale, try to touch your knees together. Inhale, open. Exhale, closed. Inhale, open. Exhale, closed. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Again, staying present with the movement. What does it feel like in your body right now? Not a mental image of it, but a sensation, physical kinesthetic feeling. Interoception. And then come into center, press a little higher, push, push, push. Open your hands, widen your shoulders, roll it down through your spine all the way down to the floor. Ha, come in for a landing. Relax your gut body, relax your abs, relax your butt. Give yourself a little wiggle and shake. Let it go. See if you can just loosen up by a gentle rocking, wiggling, jiggling movement. Relax your neck and jaw. And let's go for a happy baby from here. Free flow your happy baby. Stretch as much as you need to or want to, or just hang out and wiggle around. You can also hold your knees if the foot position's uncomfortable, right? Find a way that this works for you. And trust yourself to have the embodied intelligence to not get injured, right? So, how do we do that? We listen to the body. We listen to our body. And also, if you move a lot, the chances are you might get injured a little bit, but then you got to keep on doing things, right? Move differently. And let's open our feet wide and internally rotate one leg at a time. I had a client in the city who I was seeing regularly, like 15 years or something, from like I think I started seeing him in 2007. And then I basically saw him up until the pandemic. And then I got dropped because we weren't in the same place. Anyway, not entirely dropped, but pretty much. But he used to be like, I would say, "Oh yeah, I'm a little injured." He'd be like, "Laura, you're injured, but you move all the time." I'm like, "Exactly. Things happen. Life happens. I have gotten injured in yoga class. I have gotten injured walking down the street, right? Often it's doing something that has nothing to do with anything. You're going to hook one heel over the other, one heel over the other knee. See if you can just hang out there, internal spiral, and then switch it to the other side. It's like, what do they say? The cobbler's child has no shoes. But often, like the thing that we need in our life is what we make our work, right? Like I remember I was dating this yoga teacher who I started, hold on, let me get out of this. Lovely human, lovely person. I started dating him because he used to do a lot of uh, call and response, like a lot of chanting, a lot of stuff in class. And then he would always talk about love. He would talk about love and how important it was. And I was like, perfect. I have found a perfect person who's really into love. And then once we were together, I was like, oh, he's not connecting to me in that love way. And when I talked to him about it, he was like, yeah, sometimes we're drawn to the thing we need the most. Coming onto all fours, you're going to make a circle with yourself inside of with your body inside of your arms. So you're circling your shoulders. Carolyn Meese has a great book. She's a medical intuitive called Sacred Contracts. And it's like, yeah, you may have an energy of your life, and it may be that you are searching for the thing that you need, and you're teaching that to everybody else, right? what we all need. What do I need? I need mobility. I need to move in community with other people, dancing, exercising, being in the various flows of life. Change direction if you haven't. And then let's just quickly arch and curl. Just gentle cat-cow. Doesn't have to be your biggest. Arching and curling. And we're going to take it into a side position. So sitting on one hip, your foot is touching. You're just going to stretch over to the side, take it, see if you can press up, take it down. Stretching to the side, lifting, pushing the floor away. If this hurts in your knees, don't do it. It could just be that you're doing part of it, and this might be the other half. You can keep your pelvis down. So work with what is doable in your own body. And the good news is things change and they grow. And if you are, working on stuff, you will get there. Okay, we're going to change it to the other side. And we stretch toward the legs and then away. Or we're just doing it here, and that's fine too, right? With your butt staying on the floor. You may have to adjust your seated position if this position doesn't work for you. Again, we're just flapping our wings. Taking root to fly. That's the name of a book by Irene Dowd, who's a really excellent anatomist who I studied with 1,000 years ago. Taking root to fly, which speaks about all the things. Grounding to go up, letting go to receive, right? Inhaling, exhaling. Do I need to let go more? Do I need to receive more? Do I need to do more, right? Do I need to be more active? All right, we're coming back to hands and knees. Open your hands wide, circles, chest toward the floor, and up. Mobilizing the gut body, mobilizing the arms. Push into your fingertips. Change direction. Push into the ball of your hand. Or you can really just feel it in your torso. Once I start to feel it really into my spine, into my guts, into my body, I want to slow down, right? I want to take a little more time with that. Let my body enjoy it. And let's take it down onto your belly on the mat. Tummy time. Oh, this is the other thing. This is a little golden nugget from Bonnie Bainbridge Cohen and her breathing. She said that for people with COVID, tummy time on your body really helps the lungs. In our body, like there is much more lung space in our back body, and the three lobes of the lungs are kind of stacked. Like this is my front body. Let's show you this way. They're kind of like this, right? They're stacked like that, and they're going behind each other. So there's a lot happening in the back space. So for people with COVID, when they're getting all that mucus in their lungs, like being on your front a little bit, letting that stuff move forward, letting the back have some spaciousness is really helpful. Anyway, tummy time for all people. A good thing to do some of the time. Bend your knees, let your legs fall from side to side. When was the last time you had some tummy time? And then taking your tops of your feet to the floor, hands next to your chest, baby cobra. So there are always things that we can do to optimize, or let's not say always. There are most of the time, there are things that we can do to optimize our health. Pushing the floor away and taking it down. So if you were sick, it wouldn't be do all the exercise. It would be just make sure you are spending some time in different positions. Inhale up. Go ahead and touch your toes to your head if you can, or pretend that you're touching your toes to your head, bending your knees. Last one. And take it back into a child's pose. Wiggle around, soften your child's pose, breathe. Shift your hips from side to side, let go. We want to cultivate some subtlety in our body, right? So often we're like, well, what is that doing? I didn't feel a burn. We don't just want everything to be this intense exercise stuff. We want to have moments where our body gets to mobilize, heal. We also sometimes want to do intense exercise. We want a little bit of everything. We want a really big variety pack of types of movement that we do. And some of it can be really simple, like what we're about to do, which is getting up and getting down, coming up. If you need help, you can use assistance. Like I can use the wall to come all the way down. Ah, what a lovely way. And I can keep melting into the floor. I saw this really great thing on Instagram of a kitten, a cat, flop its whole way down the stairs. Like it's just like it flops and it's totally relaxed. And then it does something and flops the other way. And it's just flip-flopping its way down the stairs. So imagine that you are loosey-goosey and you can flip-flop. If it's too much to come up and down to the floor, get down on the chair, get back up, lean forward, push the chair away. Right? It doesn't have to be the floor. It could be this. A variety of things to do. But if it's possible, get it all the way down and then get back up. Trying it in different ways. And it could be like lay down on the bed, get back up, lay down on the bed, get back up. Could be anything, right? There's a million ways to do it. I need to stretch more. So why don't you stretch on the way down? Stretch it out at the bottom. Stretch on the way up, right? You can always add these things in. I need to stretch my hamstrings. Here we go. Or I need to get into plow. Finding ways of moving around. All right, that's enough of that. That's enough of that, baloney. All right, let's take it down and we're gonna do a hip stretch to finish it off. Ankle to knee or ankle to knee or ankle to knee here. Any of those three, laying down in figure four, seated in figure four, full on or somewhat full on ankle to knee pose. Breathing, letting go. I'm going to be horrible and text someone right now as I'm stretching. Normally I never do this, but it's one of the people that I do a lot of work with. And I need to talk to him. Unscramble, shift it to the other side. If you have trouble with attention and sustained attention, get rid of your phone for as many hours of the day as you can, right? Like, and don't don't keep switching through things. Like most of us, I think now have trouble with sustained attention and short-term memory. The phone is not helping us, right? Having the distraction of the phone. I have all my notifications turned off. I don't want anything beeping at me or telling me the next move that I should make. But that doesn't mean sometimes things don't get through, right? especially like you go to send an email or send a text, and then six other things come up and then you've got six other directions to go in. Bang it out, let it go, rotate in and out. You know, for our own attention, and since attention is now a bigger commodity than money, it seems like, or a bigger, not commodity, a bigger like, well, if I can have your attention, if I can suck your attention, I'm getting your energy, right? So pay attention wisely. Choose what you want to pay attention to. Slide your heels underneath you because whatever you pay attention to is what grows. Shift from side to side. Let it go. Let your head totally drop. Movement through your spine. Roll it up. Coming all the way up to the top. Let's have a breath up here. Inhale, open. Ah, exhale, feeling your skin breathing, feeling your lungs breathing. Ah, feeling your cells breathing. Every cell is breathing. That keeps it going. It is receiving nourishment. It is receiving oxygen, and it's also getting rid of CO2 and waste. Shake it out, shake it out. Right, that is it. That is it for today. Let me just check out the TV Land membership, which is nothing, right? I don't have a membership on my TV Land. What am I even talking about? What am I even talking about? Because I haven't reached that level of YouTube stature to be able to actually do anything with it. Ah, there you are. Anyway, I was just talking about you, Michael Taft. Speaking of Michael Taft, if anybody's interested in going on a meditation retreat in which I teach movement, there's two of them. One of them is an online retreat with Michael Taft, which starts on the 16th of October. It's online. And then there's another one in person, IRL, at Mount Madonna in California in December. So fun. That one's at a Hanuman temple on a mountain. It is a beautiful place. And it's also, you take it as you need it. It's not like you have to do exactly whatever it is. Exactly what, like, you don't have to meditate all day long. You meditate when you want to meditate. You go to the teachings when you want to go to the teachings. You go to the temple when you want to go to the temple. The food is amazing, and it is all vegetarian. And I teach movement. Yay! Okay, I'm going to close off the live stream. Thank you, TV.